You want to start a successful business, but maybe you're thinking, I don't have money. I don't want a business that will take all my time. Then drop servicing business might just be the right one for you. Hello everyone, welcome to ENITECH. My name is Gadi. The drop servicing business model has become more and more popular as it promises a good revenue stream with a huge investment. In this video, you'll learn how to start a successful drop servicing business step by step. You'll get a long list of different types of drop servicing businesses, and at the end of it all, you should be able to figure out which particular service you provide as your drop service business. You'll also learn the biggest pitfalls to avoid to ensure you build a sustainable and profitable business reselling services. You don't necessarily need any money to start. You don't need to spend your time performing any of the services yourself. So, you may be wondering, what exactly is drop servicing business? How does it work? And how can you get started? So, we've done all the work for you, all the research, so just sit back and let's go. What is drop servicing business? Drop servicing is a high-profit business model in which a business sells services to clients and then hires less expensive freelancers or agencies to complete the work. In essence, the drop servicing company acts as a middleman between the client that needs the service and the actual service provider who will do the job on the back end, at a freelancer or agency partners that do the work. So let's say you own a graphic design company. You offer logo designs through branding services for, say, $1,000. Instead of doing the work yourself, you hire a freelance, say from Fiverr, who charges you $100 for the job. This means you get $900 from this transaction. So the process of starting a drop service business is quite simple. First, you're going to have to find the service provider, the freelance, or whatever type of services that you decide that you want to offer, and you try to get customers. So the drop servicing model is best understood through some examples. So we're going to try to look at some simple everyday examples. So let's say you bring your jacket to a dry cleaner, to a dry cleaning business, and the dry cleaning business end up sending it to a cleaning factory somewhere else that does the work, not the store that you drop there. That's a drop servicing business, you know. You go to a local bakery expecting fresh baked goods, bread or stuff like that, and they actually get that from a factory somewhere and get for you. That's a drop servicing business. So our third example is cleaning business. You get clients to clean a home or business, and they arrange and you arrange to get cleaners who do the actual job. So in this example, let's say your cleaning charge is $500. That's what you charge the client. You get someone who can do that job for you for $100. In this transaction, your profit is $400. So this is the way that drop servicing business works. You got to narrow down on the business or the service that you want to offer. You find a client who have a need and who's willing to pay you the amount that you want, and you contact service provider or freelance that you earlier made arrangement with for a price less than what the client pays, and you pocket the difference. You don't have to do the job. So it's pretty cool. So you're gonna need to put up a beautiful, nice looking website that will sell the service that you choose, and you go out and actually find people that you can job for. So in our modern time, that's the way it works. You can do it without a website though, but it will be good that you have a website that lists the services or the service that you offer. Then you try to promote and advertise these services in order to get clients. Next, you forward your project details to the freelance who is going to do the job for you. Finally, once the job is completed or the service, it gets back to you and you drop it. Simply drop it back for your client who paid. That's the way it works. So at this point, we're going to talk about what can you drop service. Earlier, I will promise to give you a long list of items that you can drop service. So what are some options? First, there is SEO, search engine optimization. That's a service that you can drop service. And some more common ones, cleaning. And there is also gardening or lawn mowing. That's something you can drop service. There is auto mechanic. Yes, that can be done. And there is video creation, like content creation like I'm doing now. You can do that. Video editing and graphic design. We used the sample earlier about graphic design, like logo creation and stuff like that. These are services that you can drop service. There is also, in this day and age, there's social media management. You know, a small business, they got their Instagram, they got their Facebook pages, TikTok, Twitter, and all the platform, Google My Business to manage, and they need someone who's going to be doing that for them. So you can drop service social media management, and you don't actually have to do the job, and you kind of sublet this or give this to a freelancer who manage for you. There is also virtual assistant services, and there is a common delivery service. You can also drop service there. And there is voiceover. So you can voiceover is one. There is resume writing, lead generation, and there is book writing. Yeah. So this is a lot. This is a long list, not exhaustive, but there's quite a list that you can choose from, or any other service that you are like quite knowledgeable or interested in. So usually what you're gonna do to choose a service to offer, it will be best that you are familiar with the service that you try to offer. You don't have to be an expert, but at least you try to understand a lot about this service, so that you don't end up suffering a loss. Because if you don't know much about the service or the business and you give it out to someone else, so that means whether they do a good job for you or not, you're not going to know. You just drop it for your client, and that will not be a good one. So it's good to point that out. right away. And so now we would like to go to how do you actually start a drop servicing business? How do you get your drop servicing business off the ground and become airborne, right? We don't want to do it like the plane we see here taxiing on the runway and just taxiing and refusing to take off. You don't want that. You want your business to take off and become airborne, right? So that the business can be able to make profit for you. So what you can do is that if you look at maybe the list we have given in this video, and you do some research on some other area, things that you are knowledgeable about or you can quickly learn about, you're going to have to try to find a niche for yourself that you can. But if you cannot really find what you want, so here are some questions that can help you. Are there any ideas that already have knowledge and expertise around? So that can help. If not, if you don't have some ideas that you have knowledge about, then which ideas seem the most feasible or interesting for me? Like just about any business, talking about content creation. So ENITECH is covering technology and investment, so I have interest in technology, cutting edge technology. Otherwise, I wouldn't like to do this. So it's the same in the process of trying to narrow down on which drop service that you should offer. You think about what you're really interested in naturally, and that may be something that can help. It makes the learning curve kind of, would I say, shorter or a little bit more interesting, even if you face some challenges while you're doing that. Now, another question is, which ideas seem the simplest to build and execute? So that's something you could consider. Which ideas seem to have the highest demand or need in the market or in the environment or country or city where you are? That may be some things that need to consider. But for a business person, maybe another important one is which ideas might bring my company, bring me the highest profit margin. Yeah, so that's really something good to consider. So there are a lot of paths that you can take when choosing a niche. Consider what means the most to you and use that as a foundation. Key number 2, so let's say at this point you've narrowed down or you've made a decision on your niche. You've decided on the particular service that you're going to offer, right? Then number 2, it will be good to it's good to just go get a client, right? It's good to do that, but it will also be better to try to find and train your team of service providers. Yeah, I use the word train. Yes, you got to find these freelancers, but if you're like, we'll come down to that later. If you're using like Fiverr, Upwork, if that's your kind of business, then you're going to find professionals there already. You don't need to train them. You just tell them what you want, and they can do that for you. But if you're doing this in your local area, and let's say auto mechanic or maybe electrician for home to do work and stuff like that, or even lawnmowers, yes, you may need to communicate some standards to them. What is expected of them when they go to people's home to offer service, because they are like going in the name of your company, as if you send them right there to do their job. If it is a kind of service that require being there, so physically. So there may be need to train or to communicate clearly what standards you want from your freelancers or from those team that will do the actual job for you on the back end. So this is very important because they're going to be the lifeblood of your drop servicing business. To be sure that you're going to offer quality service. Yeah, that's very important. So you could consider creating a checklist when you interview and evaluate candidates for your drop servicing team. You need to have a checklist to be able to know those that fits what you want. What's their experience level with the service that they'll provide for you? So you could ask how much training will be required until they can operate based on your expectations and your standards. So you'll be able to figure that out. Will they be reliable and submit their work on time? So these are things that you need to think through. We're still talking about the team of your freelancers or your actual service provider. Another thought, another consideration is that are they easy to communicate and work with? These are things that you want to consider. Promised you earlier, we're going to tell you pitfalls to avoid. So things that you should do, things that you should avoid, so that you can really be successful. You also want to consider those you'll be using do the job, the actual job. If they live in another region or another time zone from you, so you need to check that out. So that talking about, okay, I get my job done like maybe in 3 hours or 24 hours. So you consider time difference if that is there, so that there can be no challenges along that line. You can also try searching on freelance marketplace website if your kind of business have to do with such, like Fiverr, 99 Designs, Upwork, Guru, FlexJob, FreeUp. These are places where you can find candidates for your team. So once you narrow down on some of the good candidates, give them a test project to see how they perform, right? Yeah. Then you want to move on to build your brand and bring it to life. Yes, this is important. So once you have a game plan and a solid team, it's time to build your company. And if you plan to get clients online, the most important order of business then is your online presence. Your website is the most important element. So you have to, although you're going to have to create social media presence, but website it becomes very important. And there are plenty of website builders to choose from, like Shopify, Wix, WordPress, Squarespace, and a lot of others. So many of these offer a free trial, so you can start building your website based on the free trials. Like Shopify, I think they give like 2 weeks, 14 days, so you can do a try on these and see. So in this video, in a later option or another episode, we're going to go into details on how to use some of these platforms like Squarespace and Shopify and all that to build a very beautiful website. This initial video just trying to lay out everything for you so that you can know what's required of you. A custom logo that captures the tone and the personality of your brand will also be necessary. These are all important. So you're building a website, you're building a logo, and of course you can use some of these to try out those who could do drop servicing for you on Fiverr, Upwork, and all that. You need to have a description of your services, what clients will get for what they will pay for, and prices, and all of that. And if you want to take e-commerce route, then you need to list your prices and choose your e-commerce friendly website. Website like Shopify could offer you all of that, e-commerce and everything together. Then you need to attract customers with marketing. Marketing becomes another crucial part, and on how to reach out and get customers. So you have a lot of options to take when it comes to building your company's reputation, getting new clients, and also trying to keep old clients. These are all of what is involved. But here are a few that could really work. You could try referral marketing. It's probably one of the most cost-effective marketing strategy. Earlier we said you don't really need much money to do that, and so referral is something that can do that for you. You get a client, and maybe you can even tell these clients that you're just starting out, and you can offer this service for them, probably for free or something like that, and you get your service provider to do service for you and give to the client, and this client have to refer some other clients for you, or could also do a testimonial for you. So that way you have a genuine testimonial from clients that are satisfied with the services that you offer, even if you're just starting. So content marketing is something else that could help to quickly help your business to take off. You could invest in multimedia content like blogs, videos, email, graphics, ebook, and a whole lot of this. You could talk to blogs. We will really go into details of this later, so we're just kind of going through for now. But you could talk to blog writers to feature the services that you offer, so that when they feature your services in their blogs or whatever, kind of like an advert for you, that way when you get a job from them, so you can pay them some commission. So that way, not like taking some upfront costs from you. Then it's also important to make effort to try to make your first sale. So you're going to have to try to make your first sale, and you're going to have to also try to keep your customers. Some people say there's kind of no feeling like making your first sale. Yes, that's something for those of us who started business, have been in business for a long time. Yeah, that's something exciting. So it's important to make effort to make your first sale. But what you don't want to do is maybe setting that high bar for yourself that within this 1 month or 2 weeks you must get some 100 clients or something like that. Try to do the first, get the first customer, do the job, move on to the second one, something like that, and gradually be able to have a good takeoff. So areas like competitors in the area you are, or the locality, is something that, yes, you're going to have to look at later, just like any other business. However, it is good for us to check the services that we're offering in the state or region that we are, to be sure that there are some services that may require some form of certifications. We need to check that. We also need to know our task responsibilities. So it's important to do research. and be able to, so that we consider all of this in making a decision when it comes to our drop shipping business. So to be sure that our drop shipping service stays out of trouble, it's also important to draft out clearly your terms and conditions. Let customers know what they will get in return for what they pay. And should anything go wrong, what are your return policies for getting refund? How much will be refund, what, and all of that. And you could also try to do some research and see if it will be important for you to get insurance to be able to protect you or to protect any possible loss. Although it depends on the type of service that you choose, generally that's not supposed to be much of a problem. Yeah. So your actual profits that you make will depend on your pricing tactics, the type of services that you offer. These are things that will determine the profits that you make. But if you pay your contractor or your service provider, say $5 for a project, you should consider charging between $10 to $20. That way you have some headroom, because that's where your marketing will be covered. Some of advert that you do will be covered from that. So maybe you consider charging like 2 times 2 or times 4 of what you are charged, what your service provider is going to charge you. That way you'll be able to cover and be able to make some decent profit for yourself. So it depends on the service that you offer. There are some costs that you may need to incur. The little cost of your hosting your website, monthly, yearly, as the case may be, but these are like running costs, not really expensive. And maybe freelance costs, the price that the freelancers will charge you for completing a particular task. But that's not something to worry about, because if you charge maybe 2 times or 4 times what the freelancer charge you, you should not have a problem. So I think that's about it for costs. They also need to manage your social media presence, have some campaign and all that. These are little things that goes into running this kind of business, telephone, maybe little printing of stationaries or something like that. That's not one of these kind of businesses that require much paperwork, but you can do most of the things on your computer or laptop or something like that. So the drop servicing business is pretty rewarding, pretty good business, but a word of caution, some gurus might tell you that drop servicing business might make you millions overnight. Well, I don't think so. It's true, make millions, but not really overnight. Gotta work hard, you get to plan strategically, and you have to have that willingness to grow your business. You know, you learn, search, you learn, and you work hard and willing to grow your business and see that just like any other business, your customers, your clients, they get satisfied. So make sure you're always listening to people, your client, your service providers, and you are doing research and trying to get valuable insight in the area that you have chosen. And that's where you learn every day and you try to improve yourself in what you're doing every day. So the bottom line is that the reselling services, which is drop servicing business, is a very viable business model. They can help you to earn a stable revenue stream by you connecting clients to the services that they need. So that's why drop servicing business become one of the hottest trends lately, just like drop shipping. So sure, it's drop servicing business. It's a very successful business, and you can do your own research. All the information that provided for you, not financial advice, but do your own research and go into it. It's nothing to worry about. Try to take it one step after another. Get your first client and get referrals, get testimonials from them, and keep working, and you surely will make it. So this is ENITECH, and if you find value in this video, please like the video and subscribe if you have not done so, and please hit the notification bell so that you will not miss any content. There's going to be more, another part 2, 3, how to design the website, how to do other things that have to do with your drop servicing business that will come your way very soon. Please try not to miss this. So until next time, when we come your way with another very interesting video, I'll see you. Thank you very much for stopping by.